Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to a quick tips video from Bad Day Guy Gaming in Starfield. If you want to build your ship from scratch, something that many people have been asking me how to do, there's actually kind of a way to do that in the game. Right now I have actually my main ship here, but imagine this is any ship you have or any that you want to start with. All you have to do is go into the ship builder. Now, one thing you do want to pay attention to is you must start with the same class ship as you want to build your new ship in that class. So you do have to have a class A to build your custom class A ship. You do have to have a class B to build your class B ship, and C and on. It is very similar to in Fallout 4 with the weapons. You have to have a base weapon like a pipe pistol or laser pistol to start with as your base, but then you can add onto it whatever you like. In this case, this is a Class A ship, but let's say this is the Razor Leaf, of course, heavily modified, but imagine this was a random ship that you had captured or found, and you wanted to build a custom ship. You just take whichever one you have in the correct class that you have, and I will show you how to do that. First thing, go into the ship builder, and in the ship builder, you can now sell components. So one of the first things you want to do is look the ship over, see if there's any components you might actually want to keep. And that includes something as simple as a single weapons piece. So I'm going to keep this missile launcher pod. And then all you have to do is go into the components for the rest of the ship and delete every single part and now you're basically starting over building a brand new ship. Now let's say I did not want to keep even this missile pod. Well, that's no problem. You just go to add, which is press G, and you pick any part that you know you're going to build in your new ship. Like say I wanted this shield generator. You build this shield generator, right? Then you go back to that original piece that you saved and you delete that. And that's it. If you look at the top under the totals, doing this, you see you also have 10,678 credits of positive cash flow that came from selling all those parts. And now effectively, you can go in and start building your ship from scratch. Let's go to... Most people tend to start on habs, bays, cockpits. Most people, I imagine, are going to be starting with a cockpit. So, move this out of the way. There. You build your cockpit, and then you start adding your habs, adding your landing gear, adding everything else to build your ship exactly how you want. But again, you have those extra credits that you could start with too. And by the way, I am at my landing pad ship builder. I'm not at actually one of the locations where you land and talk to the crew member to ship build. I am at my landing pad ship build. Another tip on that is if you would like to be able to build all the parts at your ship landing site, what you have to do is go visit every single one of the manufacturers. Talk to their salesperson. You don't have to buy anything, you just have to talk to them. When you do that, it adds all of their parts to your outpost landing pad, the large building landing pad, and then you will have them forever. Now this does exclude their one-of-a-kind pieces. But let's say if you wanted a one-of-a-kind trophy, they call them trophy pieces, if you wanted a one-of-a-kind trophy cockpit, you would just build any generic cockpit, and then once you build that generic cockpit onto the rest of your ship, you would simply fly to that location and then add that trophy cockpit on there. And every single one of the places has specialty items. Some of them have a few of them. They'll have like a specialty cockpit, a specialty landing gear, or a specialty hab. So if you do want those specialty trophy pieces, you would have to go there to buy those. But everything else you can build right at your landing pad without having any other issues. And with the positive cash flow, this is one of the most efficient ways to build your custom ship from scratch. And that's it. This is Bad Day Guy Gaming with another tips and trick video on building from scratch your starships. Have a good day and signing off.